Hey guys, John here from Sick Fishing. I wanted to do a quick video today. I went out earlier, caught a few crappie, nothing good, nothing great. So I want to do a little bit of a different video today. I wanted to bring you guys an informational type of video. This video will be called 5 Fish Handling Facts That You Should Absolutely Know About. Now you should really know these. It really helps the fish survive and help populations stay the way they are for ecosystems to stay strong. Well, the first one on the list is very important and a lot of people don't know it. And it's very important. The proper way to hold a bass, to hold it by the lip and have the bass vertically sitting and not have it hunched over. You don't want to have the bass hunched over. If you are going to hold it to the side, grab it by the lip, support the tail of the fish, and hold up all the weight of the fish so it's not bending. You don't want to bend the fish. When you bend a fish like that, like a bass, you can cause hemorrhaging. So later on when you put that bass in the water, it can die from having a hemorrhage. So you really shouldn't hold the bass like this. This picture right here, this is the proper way to hold it. And this picture right here will be a way you shouldn't hold it. You should not hold the bass like this. Alright, so second on my list is about trout handling skills. When you're handling a trout, you should always keep the trout in the water or in the net in the water, and you shouldn't really touch it or pick it up with your hands unless your hands are wet. So if you want to pick it up and hold it, wet your hands first, and then you hold the trout. Keep it out as little as possible. You don't want them out of the water too long. And you don't want to get too much of that slime on your hands. You want to keep that slime on the fish. Their slime coat is their protection, and it's not as strong as other fish. So make sure when you're handling trout to either keep them in the water in your hands, keep them in the net in the water, or wet your hands, or whatever you're going to put them down on. If you're going to put them down on a measuring scale, wet that, you know. But that's if you're going to release them. If you're going to keep them and eat them, do whatever you want with them. I don't care. I'm just saying that if you're going to catch and release trout, this is what you should. Alright, now the third thing is pretty important also. Don't let your fish hit the ground. I see so many bass videos, so many fishing videos where they let their fish hit the ground. You really shouldn't let your bass or any other fish hit the ground. It wears down, it takes off their slime coat, and their slime coat for freshwater species is their immune system. It keeps them healthy. So when you're wiping that off, you're taking off their immune system, and there's a chance that you put that bass in and it can get sick, or put another fish in and it could get sick. So make sure when you're catching fish, try not to let it hit the ground. I understand sometimes you get fish flops and they flop all over the place. It happens to me all the time. But you will rarely ever see me drag any kind of fish through the grass or on the ground. I usually always swing the fish into my hand. Alright, now this fourth thing, everybody should know this, is pretty important. You know, this should be knowledge that everybody has, but if you don't, that's cool, learn something new. Alright, so the fourth thing is, if a fish takes a hook too far, if you hook a fish too deep, if it goes past the throat, if you can't get that hook out and it's really in there deep, if it's in their mouth, you can probably get it out. But when it goes past their throat or in that area, don't try to rip the hook out. If you can't get the hook out and it's not coming out or it's past the throat or anything like that, cut your line as close to the hook as you can and release the fish if you're going to release it. This way, the hook will hopefully either rust out or it will pass through the fish and the fish will digest it. Believe it or not, a fish's stomach, like a bass, is very strong. They're made to digest bones and all that kind of stuff. So I've read articles about people finding digested hooks, and so if you try to pull that hook out, there's a big chance that you're going to rip out some of it. You're going to really do some damage and you're going to kill that fish. It has a better chance of surviving if you cut the line as close to the hook as you can and release it. Obviously, if you get it in its mouth and its lip. Alright, now number 5, it's not as important as the other ones, but it's something you should definitely know when handling fish. Be careful of the fish that you are handling. Really know the fish that you're catching before you're handling them. A lot of fish have really sharp teeth that can really mess up your hands, like pickerel, trout, pike, and that's just freshwater species, not even going to go into the salt. And not only do they have teeth, but a lot of them have really sharp dorsal fins and side fins, pectoral fins, all these fins that can really damage you, especially catfish. If you're out there and you don't know anything about catfish, be careful handling them. They have very, very, very sharp bones in their, or spines, whatever you want to say, in their fins, and they can stick in you and really, really, really hurt. So, and not only that, but there's actually a lot of catfish out there, like some saltwater catfish, that actually have poison in their fins, and that can make your hands go numb. So remember, pay attention to what you're doing, be very careful, and try to know the species that you're catching. Alright, so that's about it. That's 5 simple things that you should know. If you want to get a quick rundown of what I said already, just look in the description. I'll list the 5. Leave a comment if you like what you saw. If you got any questions, if you got anything you want to say, throw me a thumbs up. It really helps. I really appreciate it, and it would help me tremendously. Make sure you check out my other videos, and also check out my link below if you like what you saw. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Until next time. See you later.